For the latest development, we're joined now by our correspondent in Seoul, Shane Hom. Shane, thanks for joining us. Lawmakers have now passed a bill to appoint a special prosecutor for this scandal. What does that mean?
Well, the Parliament's Legislative and Judiciary Committee passed a bill earlier today, and what that means is after it passed the main floor vote as well, it means that a special commission to investigate all these allegations surrounding the scandal will be formed. It's a bipartisan team. They'll be selected, and they'll have 90 days to look into these allegations. And as far as the National Assembly is concerned, the three main opposition parties, they held a meeting today, the three leaders of those parties, to show that they're united in their calls for President Park to step down. At first, these parties were hesitant to formally adopt a policy of asking the president to resign, but now they are united in that front. Now, whether President Park will heed to these calls and the demands of all these protesters is unknown at this point, but if you speak to experts, they'll say that if the president were to step down, it could possibly open her up to criminal liability. So she may try to ride this scandal out and resist any attempts to call her to resign at this point. But that's why lawmakers are hesitant to call for that, and we may see impeachment procedures in the future.
Shane, the proposed timing of the face-to-face questioning time with President Park keeps changing. What can you tell us about that? Is it a problem on the president's side, or is it a problem on the prosecution side?
Well, both sides probably, because this is such an unprecedented event to have a sitting incumbent president face prosecutor investigation. There really is nothing to go on. So what attorneys for Park are asking for is more time to prepare for questioning. If you'll remember earlier this week, it was only earlier this week that President Park appointed a lawyer, which led many to believe that she is willing to cooperate with the investigation. She had mentioned it in her past apologies, even though she's immune and she's not really obligated to take part as the president. But prosecutors, they had initially set a Friday deadline for the president to oblige, and that still seems to be the prosecution's position. The main reason is because the legal deadline for prosecutors to formally indict Choi Soon-sil, the person at the center of this scandal, is this weekend. That's their deadline. So they wanted to have a chance to question the president before that. But the general consensus seems to be now that questioning might occur after that, sometime maybe early next week. Local reports speculate the presidential office may be willing to accept a face-to-face meeting with prosecutors rather than conducting a written type, deposition type of questioning. But because, again, there is no precedence, we'll really have to see what prosecutors and the lawyer for President Park come to agreement with, and that'll probably be coming out in the next couple of days.
Our Shane Hom live for us in Seoul. Shane, thanks a lot.